I'd like to welcome everyone this morning to honor Rhodie and Joan and their family. I am Melissa Hintz. I'm the SPR chair and have been since 2019. So Rhodie and I have worked on many issues in the church together. Everyone in this room has something wonderful to say about Rhodie, Joan, and their family. They have brought so much to this church and will all be missed. Rhodie, we wish you a happy retirement and the very best for your family. Thank you to Helen Esslinger for planning this program today. She's put a lot of thought and effort into it, and everything is well organized, we'll say. Please join us in the fellowship hall after the program for refreshments. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is John Larson, and I've served here as lay leader with the time that Pastor Rhodie's been here, almost 10 years. So they asked me to share some memories and some thoughts. And first one is that the picture on the screen is from the retirement reception for pastors, which was held last Thursday evening. It was a service up in St. Cloud. And Pastor Rhodie, I hope you can remember what the bishop said. Her words were so eloquent, and I say ditto to them. So anyway, it's an honor and a privilege to be here this morning, and I was told to go brief, so I'm going to be pretty brief, but just wanted to share a few memories that I can remember. So it's been 10 years next month since Pastor Rhodie came. It was July of 2015, I believe. And his arrival was a little bit delayed, if I recall. My recollection was he had a little medical incident down on a family vacation in Florida, which maybe impaired his arrival. But he got here, he healed up and got here and joined in and joined us through the fall. And it was either that first Christmas or maybe the second Christmas, he had another ailment, which sidelined him for a while. So. But once again, thankfully, he recovered from that and rejoined us. My next memory was on a hospital visit down to a dying church member down in Rochester, Mayo. I went along with Pastor Rhodie, and he knew his way around Rochester, Mayo. I had never been there before, but obviously that wasn't his first hospital visit. But I remember that day. I remember the time that he spent with a family and how comforting he was and calm he was in his prayer. And even more than that was our time together in the car ride. The spiritual conversations that we had was truly a blessing to me. So it was a blessing to me, a witness to me on that ride down, plus to the family. So wasn't that long later, then COVID struck. We've all lived through COVID. So doors locked, shut down, March of 2020. Worked at figuring out online worship only. Difficult time. But Rhodie did it, figured out ways. We were very ingenious. We created parking lot worship services. We had worship services in the parking lot with communion, with music. Pastor Otis, wherever you are, you had to hold the music all the time because it would blow away, I remember. But, and then actually his gradual return to in-person worship. And that was a process with social distancing and readjusting the pews and marking the pews and spreading them out and antibiotic soap dispensers all throughout the place. And all of that, Pastor Rhodie led us as a good shepherd does, and always made possible for meaningful worship throughout the entire 2-year period. So after that, and interspersed throughout all that was so many memories I have of different meetings together, prayer time, respectful conversations that we had with everyone. Serving communion together, multiple youth events from scavenger hunts out at the Mall of America, picking up the kids, and scavenger hunts at Eden Prairie Center, youth barbecues out and back, regular Wednesday night youth group. Pastor Rhodie was always there, and he worked with confirmation, but he also helped with the youth group and was just a true blessing and a witness to all of us. So, funerals, there has been countless funerals throughout the years, and last but not least, the baptisms. He's done a lot of baptisms, and I'm a big fan of his baptisms because I don't know if anyone else, you ever wonder how he did it, but when he pours that thing in the water, he times it exactly right with his liturgy, so he never goes too fast or too slow. It ends right at the exact perfect time. So I never could figure that out. I watched him every time, thought I could catch him, but he's magical. But and then afterwards, how he carries the child around to introduce them to us and makes that really special. So those are just a few memories. I know Pastor Rhodie, everyone in this room has many memories like this and more. And that is why we are all here today, to honor you and to celebrate you and your family. And I'm just speaking from myself and from everyone in this room. We give you a heartfelt thank you and gratitude, and we sincerely wish you all the very best in your retirement, in your new chapter. Thank you, Pastor Rhodie.
So, many of you know that, do you guys hear me okay with this microphone? Yeah, okay. You need me to get closer? Okay. Maybe I'll just take it over here. So, many of you may know that I am one of the responsible adults with the scout troops here at the church. So, I am here today in the guise of a scout leader. So I got my scouting hat here. There we go. So for any Grey Wolf graduates who are in the audience, I'm pretty sure Baden Powell will forgive me for wearing that in God's house for just a few minutes. So for any of you who don't know, we have 4 scout troops here that the church is the chartered organization to support. We have a girls' BSA troop, a boys' BSA troop. We have a Cub Scout pack, and we now have a venturing crew. And those are all here because Pastor Rhodie is kind enough to support scouting. And in addition to that, in 2022, he also welcomed our Scouts District N, to start meeting here because it needed a home, and you can't really run scout troops without some bigger organization. So District N has been meeting here since 2022. And that means that in addition to having our 4 units, we have basically all the organization for the Bloomington, Burnsville, Eden Prairie, Prior Lake, Savage, Richfield, and Shakopee school districts. All of those scout units have their organization here. We also have the Order of the Arrow that meets here. And we have multiple Girl Scout troops that meet here. So whether or not you realize it, the general scouting programs in this corner of the Southwest Metro really have a home here. And if you believe in what scouting does, as Pastor Rhodie very clearly does, this is really where it's at. And you've already heard a lot about all of the people whose lives Pastor Rhodie has touched. We would need to bump the walls out a bit to really get a sense of how many people he has really had an influence on. If you can just switch the slide over here. So scouting does a lot of service projects. And I think my type is a little small here on the slide here, but some of the things that we have been doing in recent years, especially since 2022, we've done a lot of trips to feed my starving children. At this point, the number of meals we've packed is probably in the thousands. We've done a lot of tie blankets because scouts need to tie knots. So we've had a lot of blankets made for Children's Hospital, Gillette Hospital, cancer centers, animal shelters, Eagle Scout projects that have done this. we have had a number of Christmas parties that the Scouts have done at Delwood Gardens, where they purchased and wrapped Christmas presents for the residents there who don't have families. And they went and threw Christmas parties for the residents there. We've done lake cleanups, we've done food drives, we've done the Wreath Across America at Fort Snelling, and we've made animal toys like dog toys for the animal shelters. And then also, we have been part of the Marsh Lake Restoration Project over at Marsh Lake. If any of you have ever gone through there and walked your dogs, you may have noticed that the park looks very different now. Let me see, can you switch this over? Up on the green picture there is from about 2020. That's what the ridge in the park looked like at the beginning of the project before the Scouts jumped in and started helping. The lower picture is what it looked like probably about a year or two into the project, after the city of Bloomington realized that the community had gotten behind the project and started helping. And they said, okay, fine, chainsaws will help. This is what it looks like most recently. The people running the project now call this Scout Ridge because of how much work the Scouts have done on it. All the buckthorn is out, and this park, hopefully, for the next generation, will look much, much better. So with all the organization we've been able to do having the district here, we've had so much help that this park is actually coming back from buckthorn. And that's all because of what you've helped us do. So Bloomington is better in so many ways because of what you've done. Scouters like to talk about acorns. It's a big symbol for us. We talk about planting acorns because when you plant an acorn, oak trees take a long time to mature. You're not always there to see what comes out of it. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. But you get a big, strong oak tree, and that shade is something that you may not sit in, but you know that the future will be stronger because of it. And you have planted probably the equivalent of a national forest worth of oak trees between all of the youth that you have helped directly and indirectly with all of these Scouts. So we have a little something, if you wouldn't mind. Of course, you're going to have to disturb some people to come out, naturally, but I have a little something for you. This is a little sun catcher. Thank you. It's a couple of acorns, just to remind you of the long-lasting effects of everything that you have done. You're very welcome. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
This is the serious part. We're going to have some fun with Rhodie. The Lion King is a wonderful musical, movie, and part of it involves the retirement of the old Lion King. I say old and fun because I'm a lot older than he is. And he's going to enjoy no worries for the rest of his life, we hope. Right. If you take your program and turn it over, you'll see the song. And if you look down about 2/3 of the way, you'll see piano interlude. The next part is spoken. It starts out with the men, and they're going to do it piano-wise. And then the women come in a little louder. Then we're all a little louder. It's called dynamics in music. We're going to end up fortissimo. And yes, that does exist. Okay. Now, I found a picture of a United Methodist Lion King in retirement. It wasn't easy. You have to remember that Joan has been at work now teaching for 3 hours in the day, and Rhodie is starting to think about getting up. He's got his morning smile. Half of his mane is combed, the other half. And he's thinking, should I get up or shouldn't I get up? That's the question. We're going to have some fun with this song, so let's stand. And even if you don't remember the song, look like you're enjoying it and having fun, okay? Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's all problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hit it, Mary. Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Women, Hakuna. Louder. Everybody. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Ladies, I say Hakuna. Hakuna Matata. Yeah. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated.
We have entitled this Love Letters, and you will recognize the letters as we present them. So Rhodie, R is for richness, and we appreciate the richness of your ministry that you share with all of us. H is for helpful, your helpfulness. You are there to listen to others, not to mention how you move tables and help with Christmas and Easter decorations and all that physical work. I think Callan gets invited to help too. So, O is for organized. You are always ready with your sermons, Bible study, and PowerPoints, plus all the extras like the weddings, funerals, church camp, confirmation, and even sending out the birthday cards. D is for dedicated. Besides your family, you are dedicated to the church. Since the church is the people, that means you are always there for us. I, you're interested in others. You are always visiting with others to see how they are. You also show up for the special occasions to celebrate with us. I know you've been to many concerts, dance recitals, and sporting events to cheer on our young people. E for energy. Even though you are dealing with health issues, you tried to save your energy for the church. We know you were tired a lot, but you didn't show it. Now, Joan. J is for joyful and cheery. Joan, you always have a smile on your face with an upbeat attitude. O, outstanding mother. You must be an outstanding mother because you have 3 wonderful sons. Rhodie probably had something to do with that too. And A for artsy. You are an art teacher, so thank you for sharing your talents with us. You helped with the cookie walk by decorating that side room and arranging the cookies so that the packages looked wonderful. The fish cake that you baked for charity was the best decorated cake I've ever seen. It was totally beautiful. The picture from the children's book, you just made it like that book, and it was just beautiful. And then N for nice. You are a genuinely nice person. You are friendly to all, and you give out many hugs. You are always visiting with others to see how they are. So, I think we spelled out Rhodie and Joan. I hope you know how much you're going to be missed by this church. We love you, and we just hope that you have many years of healthy, happy life together, but we want to also see you when we can. So thank you so much for all you do for us. And at that time, we are done, but we would like to have Pat Bill and Justine Pliska, and then Rhodie and Joan come forward. So.
Good morning, everybody. Pastor Rhodie, we created a signature frame, and this is not, of course, the signature copy, but if everyone would, before you go today, on the way out, add your signature to the frame. I will remat this and send it home with you. So a way to remember your service, not just to Normandale Highlands, but to so many others that are here today and your ministry as a whole.
So I was really delighted in the fall of 2015 to find out that that pretty young wife of our new pastor was going to be sitting next to me in choir. Well, it's 10 years later, and I still think of Joan as being that pretty young thing. But those of us in the choir and in the whole congregation have learned how really beautiful Joan is on the inside. She's a loyal and devoted spouse, mom, mother-in-law, friend. But her love and her caring goes beyond that. We know about her quiet assistance to a lonely widow in her hometown. We know about her tears for the family who have lost a loved one. We know about her kindness of driving far out of her way to bring someone to church. And we know about your love for people in general. You are a Christian and a woman of faith, Joan. We in the choir have especially benefited not only from her lovely voice, and I know I sit next to her, but her loyalty to the choir and to its members. That translates into getting into your car after teaching a day at school and coming to an evening choir practice in the winter, in the spring, and the fall. Sometimes the weather isn't great, but you are and you show up. And then Sunday mornings, she's up at the crack of dawn, or maybe sometimes before that, to make it in time to sing with us in church. Dragging Callan along. Her kindness, her wonderful hugs, her smiles, and her concern for individual choir members and their families has been gratefully received for a decade. And in that spirit of gratitude, we have the members of the chancel choir a small gift that we want you to remember us by, and it's a symbol of God's love for us all. It's a cross that symbolizes our affection and God's love for us all. It's silver with onyx and white topaz, and topaz is Joan's birthstone. We love you, Joan. Too many blessings.
Thanks. Is this the end? Yep. So, Joan did not want to talk now, and she's choked up now. But we just thank you. We love you, and we thank you. You have led us into such special parts of your lives. Some of you, it's been some hard days that you've had, and you let us in, and some the celebrations, and I don't know. Other than rambling, I just thank you. You've been so wonderful and so good to each other, and such a blessing into this world. Thank you, and God bless you. What now? What? Oh, Pastor Don is coming to pray, and then we'll go for a reception. Yep, there we go. Now I know. You're clapping that we figured it out.
Well, as we get ready for prayer, we would just say, as Rhodie has shared with us every Sunday, may you be blessed. And as we are blessed and have been blessed by Pastor Rhodie and Pastor and Joan and the family, so also may you, Rhodie, and may you, Joan, and the family be blessed, knowing that there are many here who just, when they think of you, they give thanks. And so as we as a congregation prepare to close off this part of the service, I'm to remind you that there are refreshments. And as we head for the refreshments, we're going to ask Pastor Rhodie and his family to lead us out. And we'll follow. They're going to try and have 2 tables going to help make it more efficient. And so you'll have time to just sit and have a bite to eat and maybe catch up, drop another voicemail to the Jacobson family and let them know how much you've appreciated them. Or just to go over and give them a handshake or a hug and just say goodbye. I've enjoyed you being here. So a prayer. Gracious God, for the day, June 15th, 2025. It has been special to be here today. It's been a holy day. We thank you for this man of God that has served us this past decade and served us well. We thank you for Joan as she has served us also in so many special ways. And for their boys, young men now, as we've watched them grow up into wonderful young men, we just pray for them, bless them on their journeys as well. And as we go on our journey this day, come with us, dine with us, break bread with us, have a good time with us as we celebrate and as we just think out loud how good it is to gather together as an Easter community and say goodbye as that happens, but to say it in a way that offers joy and gratitude and everlasting friendship. So then bless the food that we are about to eat. May we use it in your service, as well as in the care of others and in the nourishment of ourselves. In Jesus' name, amen. And so to you, Jacobsons, lead us to the refreshments. Join with them.